guys, Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. Today we have all the information about card evolution. What is it? How do you trigger it? And what is the cost of it as well? First, I want to give a big shout out to Royale API. I will have a link to this blog post. You guys can go ahead and read along or pause and take a look at more in depth at any of the tables that they share, any of the information that they share here. So, card evolution coming, in a week or so to the game. And let me just start out by saying, before we get into this, guys, this is going to change the game in a really big way. I am not sure if it's going to be for the better or for the worse. It's kind of like Champions, only, I don't know, bigger than Champions in terms of the potential impact it can have to the entire competitive state of Clash Royale. So that's kind of a preface. This is big, either good big or bad big. Well, you guys can be the judge in the comments below. Of course, I'll interject my opinions along the way as well. So here we go. Card evolution, one of the most important features in the upcoming June update. That's Q2 2023's card evolution. It will completely change how Clash Royale is played. In this post, we'll go over everything and show how it works in game with one of the evolved cards. That's Barbarians. Tomorrow and throughout the week, you can stay tuned to Royale API. Also here, we'll be talking about all the other cards in detail to understand how they all work. All right, so let's get to it here. What is card evolution? Well, Clash Royale cards are evolving and becoming more powerful. When the update is released, 4 cards can unlock their evolutions and learn special abilities. Interesting. Learn special abilities, unlock their evolutions. The first evolutions have been teased during the past week, and they are Barbarians, Skeletons, Firecracker, and Royal Giant, which teased today. Every season, a new evolution will be released, so we'll have around 10 by the end of the year. So again, every season, we're going to get a new card evolution. Our new card will be able to be evolved. Over the next few days, we'll share more details on the first 4 evolutions, but for now, let's focus on the mechanic itself. So what are card evolutions? The new mechanic allows some of the cards in your deck to evolve during a battle. To evolve a card, you'll have to use it several times during a battle, okay? So it's not like a button that you press like Champions. It is just something that unlocks after you play a card, a certain number of times. The amount of deployments needed to trigger an evolution will change for each card. For example, Barbarians will be needed to use twice. It will need to be used twice to evolve. Once the evolved card is used, it goes back to the normal form of the card, so you'll be alternating between forms during battle. So you can see here the Barbarians evolved. You can see the Barbarian evolution button tells you how many cycles is needed, and you can see here the evolved goes back to normal. Well, it's the whole cycle that we just spoke about here, right? The amount of times you have used a card to enable the evolution is known as cycles. So going back to our example, Barbarians evolve in 1 cycle. Cheaper cards will need more cycles to evolve than ones with higher elixir costs. Unlike Champions, evolution abilities don't have to be triggered with a button. You can think of evolutions as being different cards. They'll behave differently as soon as they're deployed. Again, there's no button. It's just when you deploy an evolved card, it's the evolved version of said card. Evolution slots. Now this is interesting. Players unlock the evolution slot once they reach King level 7. This slot will be the first position of your deck, and that's where you'll need to place the card that you want to evolve. So starting out, there will only be allowed to use 1 evolved card per deck. Now, if you have 2 evolved cards, you can see they're using the Firecracker here. You can still play the card in your deck, but only the first slot in the deck will be the evolution slot. However, they do plan on adding more evolution slots as they add more cards that can be evolved. So think about it, man. Keeping track of somebody's cycle, keeping track of somebody's evolution cycle just adds a whole new dynamic of things that you have to be thinking about when you're playing Clash Royale, right? A card that has an evolution will not evolve if it's not placed in the evolution slot in your deck, the first slot here, as you can see. This means that you can only select up to 1 card from your deck to evolve. Over time, when more evolutions are released, more evolution slots will be added. How do you unlock evolutions? Well, evolution shards. That's right, it's a new currency, if you will, inside Clash Royale. To unlock each card evolution, you'll need to collect 6 evolution shards, okay? So to unlock every card, it's going to be 6 evolution shards. So Barbarians, you'll need 6 shards to, unlock. You can see evolution shards, 6 out of 6 here in the right-hand side, and you guys can kind of see the tutorial, if you will, on how it all works on the actual screen. Now, what are these wild shards? shards, right? So there's wild shards, which are a type of wild card that can be used to convert into shards of any card, regardless of the rarity of the card, okay? So Barbarian Shard, Wild Shard can be used on any card that's capable of evolution. Simple enough. Where do you unlock these shards? Having to collect these shards will unlock from evolutions and will make them more rewarding. This also introduces, well, I don't know about that, I guess technically, right? If you have to unlock them or buy them, I guess maybe. Anyway, it introduces another strategy element to your card collection, as you'll have to decide which evolution you want to unlock first. Here's where they will be available. They'll be available in the season shop, 1 card evolution per season. Okay, so special challenges, Pass Royale, 6 per season of Pass Royale, excuse me. The shop offer, Path of Legends, and level up chests. Okay, so quite a few ways to get these shards, which is the good news. Pass Royale, I mean, you know it's going to be the premium route, at least most of these, right? But that's TBD. So you can see, again, level up chests include 10, so that's quite a bounty there as well. Shard Overflow. Once you've unlocked an evolution, any additional shards will be converted into cards depending on the rarity of the cards. The conversions amounts will be Common Overflow 1000, Rare 250, Epic 40, Legendary 4, Champion 4, and you can see the Overflow Gold as well. In the beginning, all evolutions will be common cards. So shards will seem to be a cheap item, but for higher rarities, these shards could become some of the most valuable items after magic books in the game. After the update is released, you'll be able to earn several wild shards through special challenges that are going to be coming along with the update to unlock your favorite evolution. Which evolution out of the first 4 are you guys going to go after? Dude, the weird thing is, for me, I guess I'm gonna go skeletons. I don't know how many cycles there will be on skeletons, but I think that's what I'm gonna go after, because I don't play barbarians at all. I'm not a Royal Giant player, and Firecracker, really seldom do I play that card, even though it looked pretty nasty in the sneak peek. But I think I'm gonna go skeletons, depending on the number of cycles. What about you guys? What direction are you gonna go there? So this is an important one, guys. Which game modes can be used as evolutions, right? Which game modes can we use evolutions, excuse me. So this is interesting. They're limiting evolutions somewhat. It can be used in 2v2, duels, clan wars, trophy road, path of legends, so both versions of ladder, so to speak. But you cannot use card evolutions in classic challenges, grand challenges, in draft modes. Draft modes make sense. Challenges, how do you guys feel about that? Limiting classic and grand challenges, but basically being able to use it everywhere else except for to farm cards. Dark Elixir. So what is Dark Elixir? As we mentioned earlier, each card will need a specific number of cycles to evolve. During battles, you'll be able to track this with Dark Elixir diamonds that are displayed after evolved cards are deployed. So you guys can see right here, see this Barbarian? This Barbarian has no Dark Elixir, but this Barbarian has Dark Elixir. Not only that, but you can see the massive, rework in the art to show the evolved version of the card. So it's hard to miss anyway, but Dark Elixir is going to give you that extra kind of notation that this card is ready to be deployed as an evolved card. Now, obviously, if you don't play the Barbarians here, the evolved Barbarians, you can still play the other cards, and that evolved version of the Barbarians are going to stay in your hand at the ready for whenever you do want to use them. It's not like you have to play them immediately when they're evolved. You'll see these indicators in your troops and the ones of your opponent as well. This will help you keep track of the evolution progress and know which cards are able to evolve. Dark Elixir diamonds are earned or collected during the battle. It's just a simple way to visualize evolution cycles. Here are the evolved Barbarians. These Barbarians might seem like the others at first, but once they start hitting something, the difference will be obvious, okay? With each hit, they become angrier, resulting in a 150% boost, excuse me, let me repeat that, 150% boost to their hit speed and their movement speed. So speed boost per hit plus 50%, movement speed 50%, hit speed plus 50%, and then stacking damage plus 9%, HP plus 30%, does not die to Fireball. How do you guys feel about that? I feel like there's no doubt about it. They're going to be super strong, a lot stronger than Barbarians. Do they feel absolutely broken to me? Not really, but certainly very, very strong. I mean, not dying to Fireball is significant in its own right. Think about this applied to other cards, too. How much stronger... Like, I mean, let's be real. Barbarians are not that strong of a card in the game, right? But picture this on, you know, I don't know, Phoenix or Legendary card, whatever. Like, really good cards in the game. These boosts only last for 2 seconds, okay? So, but given the Barbarians attack every 1.3 seconds anyway, this anger effect can stack over time, making them much more effective against beefy tanks and swarms. Again, these boosts are triggered when they attack and it lasts 2 seconds. However, they attack every 1.3 seconds, so as long as they're attacking, they're gonna keep those boosts up, right? And here you can go, here you can go. You can't go, you have to stay. You have to stay till the end of the video, guys. You can see the comparison between Barbarians and the evolved Barbarians here. Again, I would refer you guys to this really great blog post for more information if you want to go ahead and deep dive on those stats. So, Barbarians need 1 cycle to evolve. During battles, you'll be alternating between 1 normal deployment and 1 evolved deployment. Coinciding with the launch of the card evolution, the Barbarian art will get a fresh coat of paint. Also, here's a before and after together with the evolved version. What do you guys think? The current version of Barbarians get a little bit meaner, a little bit more color saturation, maybe a little bit of dye on the beard, the mustache, I should say, and the hair, and then the evolved version, as you guys can see as well. So there we have it, guys. This is everything that we know about evolution, card evolution coming in Clash Royale. Stay tuned here for more information as I have it on the other cards, and you know, in the future, what cards we're going to be getting evolved with each coming season. But I really want to ask you guys, how do you feel about this? Does this get you excited? And I know, because I've heard from a lot of you guys, you've taken a break from the game, you stepped aside from the game, and thank you for still watching my content. I appreciate it, guys. Maybe you just tuned in to see what the heck all this is what this update is about, right? Does this make you, especially for someone who's taking a break, right? Or a quit, does this make you want to come back to check out Evolution? Is this enough for you? Let me know in the comments below. Are you worried about this in some regard? Are you worried about the 3-card cycle component of the champions, this essentially changing everything about the game, being too powerful maybe, especially when applied to other more powerful cards? Let me know in the comments below. Right now, I hate to ride the fence. It's a lame thing to do. I almost feel like I want to pick an opinion here, but I really need to see him in action and play with him for a while to really give my opinion, you know? At first glance, I think it's... Let me just be real with you guys. I actually, and I'm just based on like Twitter and Reddit, which again, people are always angry there. I think I'm more optimistic than most people are on card evolution in Clash Royale. It seems pretty dang cool. I like the dynamic. It's weird how it's not just a special event or anything like that. Like, this is added to the game and that's it, right? So, like, it's kind of like when they added touchdown, it ended up kind of sucking, but at least it was a special game mode. It didn't, like, change the way the entire game, you know, works. This is more like Champions in that regard, so if it doesn't work, it's going to kind of ruin the game. So the stakes, I would say, are very high here on this. So on the good side, I'm a little bit more optimistic. On the bad side, if it's not done correctly, this could be, well, let me be real. Let me be real. They could always nerf the cards and stuff like that. They could always tweak, right? But let me put it this way. The downside, the glass half empty, is I'm not sure, just based on what we see so far. There could be a lot more coming in the update. I don't know, right? But based on what we've seen so far, I'm also not going to lie to you guys. Even though I think the feature is cool at first glance here, I don't know if it's going to, like, you know, bring the next lifespan of Clash Royale and there's going to be millions of players downloading. And I don't know if this is the game changer that everybody was just desperate for in the game. I would err on the side of probably not there. So, you know, again, kind of riding the fence, a little bit optimistic. I like the feature, but I'm not sure if it's gonna get people super excited, especially people who took a break or quit the game. Guys, let me know how you feel in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care, guys.